All right, gents. You stand in a dark hallway before a large double door, through which you know is the famed Kestrel Library. As you stand there catching your breath and beginning to discuss the finer points of how to carry all your equipment, as well as the newly acquired corpse of the curious creature known as Clavius Hart, we see as Stephen begins making his way towards the western doors that were recently slammed shut by the invisible Bernace during the confusion and chaos of your struggle with Clavius. And short intro tonight, we will jump into our story here with what all you want to do.
Do those doors push out, or are they pull?
They would push out, I believe.
Okay.
If this is to code.
That's, yeah. I mean, it had to be to code. Don't get permits without being to code. Like, we all know that's how the world works.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm not going to mess around. Don't have my character sheet up. But Stephen is going to cast message, pointing towards the doors.
Yo.
And saying, Bernace, come back. The creature is no more. The danger is gone. Do I get a response? We want. I'll throw a tag at the end. We're not your enemies. We want to meet your master.
You receive no response.
I will try it one more time. Bernace, come back. The danger is gone.
Again, no response.
Do I remember how big or thick these doors were?
They're pretty good size, big wooden doors. As far as thickness, not insane or anything like that.
Okay, so I think it's more like that he's ignoring versus it being
yeah, you either think
parameters of the spell problem.
Yeah, you think he's either not responding or is possibly out of range.
Yeah, one of those two.
Yeah. But yeah, it would go. You would know it. You'd be able to get it through those doors.
Okay.
They're not crazy.
Stephen will go over and try and open one of the doors.
It appears to be locked.
Okay. Stephen will come back and say, damn Clavius, hurting us now even in death. Bernace seems to have locked us in here. Might as well. We have two options: either try and follow him and see if we can beat him to his master, or open these doors here and see if we can meet his master or not.
Excuse me. What up, Connor?
Isn't that where he is? Wasn't he taking us to the library to meet his master?
In theory.
I can't really get roll 20 to open very well, but Anna's vote would be to just go through the library doors.
Okay.
And hope we can beat him there / find out whatever we're supposed to find out in the library.
Do you have knock prepared and or available?
It's prepared. I used it once today, and I'm down to 1 second level spell slot. but
Your call. I also have 1 second level left. I'm really tapped. I've got 1/4, 1/5, 1 second, and 2 firsts. So
I can do it. If we need, is the library door for sure locked?
and Steven will try it.
Nicely.
I assume it is, considering every other door has been.
Yes, it does appear to be locked.
All right.
Well, I can't get into my roll, or maybe I will be able to finally.
Oh, you're fine. It's not a...
Anna can use your last second level spell all day and cast knock on the door, the library door.
Beautiful.
Assuming one else feels really strongly and would like to argue the other direction.
Seems fair.
I don't have to just show up and just hijack what we're doing.
We started around 30 seconds before you popped up.
It hasn't been too long.
Good. Great. Knock.
Yeah.
Good. Great knock. All right. Casting knock on the door. So as Anna casts knock on the door, the large library doors begin to slowly creep open with a booming sound of a 300-foot knock or whatever the spell is. Sounds like a giant is knocking on a stone. And as the doors open, before you, I guess the first thing that you notice is dim light, which there hasn't been any light inside this place, kind of starts to pour out of the doors. So the library seems to be illuminated in some way. But before you is yet another space, another massive space familiar to all of you, though Isabel above the rest. Before you is the famed Kestrel Library. Thousands of books fill the walls of this multi-story library. There are large wooden tables, chairs, desks, candelabras, etc. throughout. Kind of set up similarly to how you would remember it looking, Isabel. And the rest of you kind of can immediately recognize the space before you as it looks fairly similar to that, what you had seen in a somewhat dreamlike state before. However, the recognition kind of stops there, as there are some differences. The feel of this space is immediately not what you, Isabel, remember from your time studying within these walls. You'd taken up study during the incursion in order to put your medical mind to good use. And in that time, the library would have been, quite busy and chaotic. Never quite as, empty. Not as no bodies moving around in here.
Right.
But the space also does look a little different, and I'll show you that in a second. But for the rest of you, it is also pretty different than how you remember it looking in that dreamlike state. Instead of the kind of warm golden light that was kind of basking around in the candelabras, they burn with this kind of sickly greenish firelight. And the large brazier in the back of the room kind of dawns the visage of a large ghostly skull. And then the occupants of the room too are possibly not as expected. For you see no signs of a goddess, but you do see signs of what could possibly be the mage you've heard would be here. For standing before the ghostly brazier is what appears to be a tall and thin human man. From this distance, he appears to be quite old, his face sunken, his skin hanging loosely from the atrophied muscle and frail bones beneath. He wears a long, dark bluish-green robes, almost black. And he stands with the help of a tall white quarterstaff. He stands tall, though he almost looks like he's standing somewhat impatiently. And then closer to the doors, to the now open doors that you're peering through, you see two large and imposing creatures. These two massive, obviously golems of some kind, look to be formed from a translucent crimson stone-like material. The green firelight is kind of shining off their hard and polished forms and kind of glowing from within a little bit. Their humanoid bodies stand about 16 feet tall and are topped with these like hawk-like bird heads that are also formed out of that same amber material. And nearest the door and to your party is another figure. William, what does that figure look like?
Starting at the feet, you see an unbalanced man, one hip slightly higher than the other. His shoulders and back are straight, but it's obvious that there's some sort of misalignment there, as evidenced by the hips being off kilter. His shoulders are a bit wider than you would expect for a man of his size. On his back is a beautiful, ornate, silvered greatsword. And perhaps the most noticeable and striking feature of him is the fact that at the top of his torso, he has two heads. One looks very well kept. A mustache that's kind of a Raleigh Fingers-esque mustache, oiled even. Hair slicked back, carries himself with a lot of regal air to him. And the other head is kind of off to the side a little bit, not really doing anything. It's obviously animate, but it is not actively perceiving you or doing anything.
Normally I like to interact with a PC before I declare that I hate them, but I'm going to make an exception in this instance.
Will's character obviously looks just like that.
Yeah, I think I speak
That only
for
has
all.
one head!
I think I speak for all of us when I say, Will, nice try, roll again, and we'll see you next week. Unless he's wearing a badge that says, I am a rogue, then maybe we can give him another shot.
Who's to say? The other creatures in the room look like that.
I like that character.
And then
Those are
in
the
the back,
same ones, right?
I don't
in the
like
back
that
of the room,
character.
you see this.
Yuck.
Michael, are those the same ones, by the way? Out of curiosity.
What?
They look like it, Marshall.
The
I had
amber.
Marshall had the same thought as you did, at least.
This is all meta, but like, are these the same ones as Amber Temple?
Don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just asking, like, the icon. Like, obviously, I'm not saying they popped over. I was just curious if that's
I
the
don't know.
same art.
I actually don't know. If
Okay. I'm not asking you to. Yeah, I'm not asking you to reveal that the Amber Temple got teleported over here. I was just curious if that artwork was copied.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Yeah, that's what you see before you as the doors creep open.
Anna will look around to everybody. Look at Saru, seeing Saru oddly quiet. Just like, Okay, I guess we're just going for it.
Thruz in stunned silence after the loss of Clavius over the murder of that weird thing.
Thruz just stabbing his corpse in the bag of holding, just stabbing the bag of holding. Or maybe it's Thruz impolitely looking at the two-headed creature. Who's to say? Anna will.
Yeah, it's a sad day that we don't have that interaction right off the bat.
Yeah.
Hi, why do you have two heads?
Anna will step a couple steps into the room and will offer a bow and say, "Hello, we've been hoping to talk to the mage in charge here. We've interacted with Phineas,
Bernace.
Bernace.
That's my bit to get the names wrong, Connor.
Bernace.
Nice.
We've interacted with Bernace. We had a little bit of a... It's been an adventure getting in here. But we hear you have a snake lady problem. We were hoping to discuss further.
From the back of the room, you hear the tall, frail mage as he takes a step forward using his cane. Well, greetings, friends. Sounds like we have quite a lot to talk about. I see you already haven't minded the mess out there. From what it sounded like, you may have added to the pile. So I won't be apologizing for not paying the maid this week. See, I wasn't really expecting company when Furnace came back and told me that someone had walked just right into the place. Now, he told me you were mercs from Briarwood. We all know that's bullshit, right?
Well, we have been sent from Briarwood. And she will pull out the badge of Briarwood that she's kept on her since Sir Garen died. And be like, you can inspect it if you like, but I can't imagine there's a lot of these floating around north of the wall.
No, probably not. I don't really need to inspect it. That's fine. From what I just heard, if true, the doors aren't that thick. It sounds like you've probably been exploring outside these walls for a little while. Because there were some things that I heard. But you have to know that nobody out here gives two shits about anybody claiming to be king. Myself included. So you can put that little badge really wherever you like. Let's chat. And he kind of waves his fingers, and the two large amber golems kind of move back and just kind of like shift out of the way a little bit, as if to give more room, and just kind of stand there pretty, silently. When they're unmoving, they are unmoving. They just look like statues. And he starts slowly walking forward.
He's walking forward.
Yeah, he's pretty slow.
Does the Etten or whatever, much closer to me, do anything? Anna sees the two columns kind of disengage and then looks at the creature and sort of is assuming that he's with the mage, and is kind of looking for a piece, for lack of a better term, that the one she got from the columns. Or as she stares at your character, Will, what does your character do? Anna looks at you expectantly, expecting something.
If he's walking forward and you're walking forward and the conversation has happened as it has so far, he would take like one step to the side like so and motion that you're free to approach the boss.
Anna will nod her head and say, or Anna will just sort of bow and walk.
Steven will walk into the library, see Will's character, and go, "Whoa. Are you like his bodyguard? That's awesome."
What is a hammer without an arm to wield it? I do what I can. And he's a soft-spoken man, so that's all you're gonna probably get out of him for now.
Does he let, like if other people start walking by, does he let them walk by too?
Uh-huh.
Isabel's gonna kind of take a nosy look when she gets close and see if like the second head, or if there's like both heads, if one head looks unnaturally attached, I guess.
No, not unnaturally attached. I guess you could roll and maybe something good might happen.
Okay. Medicine or perception?
Probably perception, I would presume, but
Okay.
I don't know. You tell me, Will, perception or medicine?
Yeah, I think probably either, to be honest.
Your choice.
Since it's Isabel, she can do medicine. The heads are very naturally placed on the body. The body itself, being wider at the shoulders, actually looks like that underneath the armor it might be something unnatural there. But with the heads, they look like any other head on any other body. There's just two of them.
All right. After she takes a nosy peek, she will continue on.
I would love to play Saru as someone who would just literally go sit just right there, because you all know he would. But I'm just gonna stick him on the table in front of a book, because it seems fine. Well, welcome to the academy, or whatever. What are y'all doing here?
Anna will nod and say, I'm Lestriana Rylinia. And your name, sir?
You can call me Exithanter.
Exithanter. We are here partially because we have been tasked. We were a group in Briarwood and sent to find out what's going up north. Not sharing what we would know. But we also have business with the unseen. And we have reason to think that you are working with them, although maybe not the happiest camper working with them. So, enemy of my enemy.
Yeah, specifically, that name doesn't ring a bell, but if they called themselves that, that's cool. Yeah, I've been working with observing some unsavory folk down the way. Bernace mentioned that you might have beef with them.
Yes, we most certainly do.
They suck.
Yeah, they're something. So what? Like I give you money and you kill them or something? Is that?
Maybe more than money. Anna will turn and say, Isabel studied here. She has an interest in poking around. We truly want to know more about what happened to all the places after the burning.
Well, I mean, be my guest. I don't own the place. It's a pretty big ass place that's been kind of looted probably a good too many times before I got here. I just don't really need you like all over my stuff. So if you just like stay out of my way and maybe like, I don't know, like do your stuff, get out of here.
What is your stuff?
Yeah, you can probably tell. Put my name on a lot of it.
You put your name on those corpses?
Well, not yet, but...
So what are you doing here?
Experimenting, working, some would say. Yeah, I mean, I've been here for a bit.
Xanther, am I correct in assuming that you're behind the cadaver collectors that we found around the immediate area?
Behind is I helped, sure. But more like out of a curiosity kind of way. There's some fail safes in those things. Hit them with some lightning, it fucks them right up. Don't tell the. Never mind.
We did experience that, so thank you. It helped.
It was some impressive work. I'd love to talk more about your process while my compatriots poke around.
You're a magic guy?
I'm more mechanic guy, honestly, but I know enough about magic to be dangerous. I've made my own golems in the past.
I see.
Little smaller though, not as intricate.
I was just about to go down a whole thing. Before I do, where's Bernace? He was taking you here. He didn't just like let you walk in or whatever, I presume.
He witnessed some violence beyond the door, like you said. We
have some of that to talk about too. Can you just hold on? And he kind of puts his hands up and does some somatic components and kind of doesn't really whisper, but just lowers his voice. Bernace, you kind of just let a bunch of people walk in here. If you could make your way back, the violence is over. And then he just sits there for a minute, just kind of looking up. Okay, well, we'll figure out what the hell he's doing shortly. So, yeah. What happened out there?
Have you...
Bit of an HR problem.
Have you encountered any sort of creature that can change shapes before? We had one in our party. And well, we saw through the deception behind the door. So it was interestingly timed. I can show you the body if you would like proof.
I mean, I heard proof. That's, that seems like you guys, have some stuff. So, you're wanting to poke around, you want some information in exchange for doing killing my problems.
We'll take a little coin as well.
Great.
Have you seen her? She's a freaking snake. She's terrifying.
I have seen her, yeah. She's not great. That's true. I'm just trying to figure out where. So you came from Briarwood. You're here for information.
We've been all over the north. Gone to the ruins of Bray. Gone to the ruins of Mountain Heart. Seen the ruins of Kestrel makes sense next.
I see. So it sounds more like you're working more for yourselves than for Briarwood, is that?
Can we not be working for ourselves and for Briarwood?
I mean, you can. I just don't see why you would. You've seen more than probably anyone in the wall at that point. And there's a lot of big fish to fry out here, so to speak.
So we've noticed. Don't know if the tower fell at Bray.
I have not been that way. I don't know. I thought that place was pretty well destroyed.
So where'd you come from?
Come from is like a weird question. Originally, Storotown. That's where I was born. I don't know if that's what you're asking. But I'm more working, for me at this point, not for that sunken city or whatever. I'm just trying to figure out kind of what to do from here. I'm happy to work out some kind of exchange for your help with the mine. It sounds like you've seen it. I would let you gather some shit, I guess, from here. Whatever it is you want. But maybe we can exchange some information, because it seems you've seen kind of a lot. And some of that might interest me.
And what information do you think you would have that interests us?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. You could say I'm a pretty sharp mind. I know things. Depending on what those things are is, if it matters or not, is to be seen, I guess. But, you can ask my friends here any motions to the golems and Nathaniel, but, I'm just, I just know shit. Saru, just all the persuasion checks. And they're all good. That was really good. 28, 22, 24. So literally 17 is the lowest. 9 on the die. 4 on the die.
4 on the die, which
Good
is nuts.
God.
I think the way D&D works is that like we now have banked those. That like Bartlett has participated in the session, and it's just up to our discretion of like, hey, Saru, say this one thing at the appropriate time, and we can use one of those rolls.
Yeah, there he is. Nice rolls, Bartlett. Very impressive rolls.
Those are hot. Figured I'd just play catch up.
Yeah, not bad at all. The four on the die being a 17 is horrifying. So that's funny.
How much have you explored Kestrel?
Top to bottom, I guess. I've been here for a few years. I've seen a good deal that I can. Well, I'd rather not show you around, but I can let someone else do it.
Why'd you come here? Was it just a good spot to do your work after the burning?
Yeah, you could say that. There's a good deal of knowledge in these old books, the ones that are still here. So, and it's just a big, nice big space to kind of explore. And it's easy to.
Jeez Louise.
It's easy to protect from my standpoint. Not a lot of people can get up here without me knowing about it.
Can you point us to any of the books or things you discovered, or have in the room and be like one of your bodyguards?
I mean, there's depends what you're interested in. I mean, it's you got to read stuff to learn it. I don't know if you're into like math or science.
What about the gods?
I'm not a big gods guy. Really.
Right, keep it in church.
Yeah. Not really. They're there. They were there. I'm sure there are books here about gods.
Can I ask, is that are those skulls in the fire behind you? How'd you do that?
Oh, and he like turns around
and
he like does just like snaps his fingers and it turns to normal fire, and the room goes from greenish light to just this kind of low normal firelight.
Yeah, sorry. I wasn't really sure what all I needed to, what all I needed this place to, look like. I wasn't sure if we were going to be having a conversation or, other.
So you could just like make floating skulls? That's awesome.
I mean, it's, yeah. It's something. Can I just ask the question I feel is kind of obvious? How did you all survive out here? I can see that you're a bit, dirty, a little rugged, but like, it just doesn't seem.
Well, we haven't all survived. It's part of it.
Fair.
There are magics that keep you safe at night. and we have some capable fighters in our crew. We've also got the aid of a dragon at one point, which certainly helps.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Hadn't seen one of those in a while.
It's not that that big black bastard that's been flying around, has it?
He had business at Bray. The big black bastard did. And, well, we were acting out of our self-interest and he was acting out of his. We were able to come to an agreement. He helped us. We got rid of the tower that was at Bray.
All right, strange question. Does he have like full vision, right? Like he's got both his eyes?
He did the last time I saw him. Have you interacted with a black dragon that doesn't have full vision?
No, I was just curious about something else. And he pulls out a little notebook and just jots something down in it and then shuts it, stuffs it in his pocket. You're an interesting bunch, you. I think maybe we could work some stuff out. Just through, I'm not one to be, he motions to his quarterstaff. Takes me a little while to get around, but I mean, if you're willing to do some, some work, maybe we could do some, exchange some shit.
Sure. I think we can come to an arrangement. Do you mind if people start looking around the library or exploring?
Yeah, no, that's fine. Just tell me before you go anywhere or whatever. I just don't want to be all surprised when I turn a corner and see one of you. And I don't think you would want that either. I can assure you everything's safe, as far as I know. But, I just don't want to oh no, somebody that I didn't expect is behind a door. And then they die or whatever.
Sure.
What is it that you want? Besides Snake Lady dead, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, about that, dead is fine. Subdued would be great, to be honest. I've kind of been observing her for a while, and I'll give them as much as they think they want, or at least, they're after these arcane cores, and they're so powerful. They could be better, right? But it's easy to just kind of pass shit off to people who don't know what they're looking at. So like I said, you run into one of those things, just lightning. It's not, you got to build in your fail safes. But observing, it's been good. You can learn a lot from observing, but she is getting a little, pushy lately. So maybe just subdual would be good, and then I can really, get a better idea of what she is. But how much do you know about? Or you just saw them by the mine when you were on your way here, or what? You said you're not a fan of them. They call themselves Unseen or whatever.
Yes, they are part of a political organization in Briarwood that opposes the Briarwood politics. They ran the city after the burning. They got kicked out. They went back in power.
Politics is getting weird if she's running for political office.
I think she's more affiliated with the group.
I see.
Sort of behind the scenes.
Yeah, well, if they are working with demons, there might be more going on there than meets the eye. And Nathaniel, you overheard that too. There was a good deal of talk about demons, outside the door there.
Indeed, Chief. Indeed.
So it seems you know that those things exist and are kind of clawing their way into our little slice of the world. So that
is what we were dealing with at Bray.
I see. Well, if these demons are affiliated with your political party or whatever, there's things maybe don't look great for old Briarwood.
Shame it sounded like the theologian was cut down. I would have liked to have gotten some answers.
Fireball right on Nathaniel.
Anna will look and say, well, if you need some specific questions about demons, I was trained as a demon hunter of sorts. I can at least help.
And if worse comes to worse, and he'll look at his boss and say, I suppose it's never out of the question to talk to someone.
You're not wrong. You said you had that corpse?
Yeah, Anna will pull Clavius's corpse out of the bag of holding.
Oh, Jesus. They're normally not that fresh. You just slap him on the table there.
Yeah. This is not what he looked like when we knew him. Knew him well, at least.
You can see him kind of looking it over.
Yeah, that's curious. Not seen anything like that before.
Did you mean to mute everyone, Marshall?
I think he went
Nope.
the other way around there.
Definitely not. Sorry. Didn't even know that was an option.
So
My
much
bad,
power.
guys. Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah.
much power.
Who runs the Zoom, everyone?
That was awesome. He'd already stopped talking. So there you go.
So why is it you were helping Snake Lady? Just because did they pay you, or you didn't like them? Why bother giving them anything?
Well, to be completely honest, it was more about mutual benefits, or the idea of, and then it kind of became a research project. Like I said, the things they wanted, I could deliver pretty easily. So I did, in exchange for, I don't even remember what they gave us last time, gold or something. It's not really there's really not that much of a great use for gold these days. But
Glad you said gold, because when you said mutual benefits, like I thought you were kind of meaning the other thing. I was like, that's kind of gross. Like, I mean, I'm not someone who judges, but that would have been told a lot about you.
You know, an old man has to get his rocks off somehow. And these golems really don't do it for me.
So, you've mentioned that we encountered one of your cadavers collectors on the road. And you said you are capable of much more than that. And she'll nod towards Xerxes and say, I know he would be interested in seeing. And what I'm... Can we see
Yes.
what you're capable of?
So with me, the structure or the construction of those things, that wasn't me. I just made the core. Just an arcane core that kind of ran them. If you made your way in here, you probably saw the things outside, and well, these, motioning to the two other golems, these are kind of more my speed, and to be honest, they're just a much better all-around product than what they were creating. And I don't know how they were piecing those things together. I only saw some bits and pieces of the things, but I can imagine that the craftsmanship wasn't the best, but then again, I don't know.
Do the golems have the same cores?
Yeah, in a sense, it's not as physical with them.
Do you use the crystals in all of them?
I have, yeah, an arcane crystal. Yeah, those they harness magical energy pretty well.
When we explored an earlier mine, they were digging for them. So, I didn't know if you had a similar operation here.
No, not, I'm not digging for arcane crystals. I'll use them if I have them. They've supplied me with some. But maybe I remember how we talked about maybe just keeping the snake woman alive. Maybe it's better to just kill her then, and maybe we can go down there into that mine and get some of those crystals if they've got them. If they're digging for them down there, that's maybe it is better. Subdual, maybe not the right answer. But this is a working thing, I kind of just working through it in my brain with what you're telling me.
Sure.
Now you want to kill her, but we had that. That's all he'll say.
Yeah. I mean, we could have done it whenever. But this is so much easier. You can be a part of it if you want, Nathaniel. If you want to go kill her with these people, that's fine. I know you're really into that. Or at least, well, can you just...
And he lifts up his hands and starts motioning again.
Fernace, where the fuck are you? Like, just come in. We're having a nice little chat.
I tried calling to him when he ran away, but he never answered.
Yeah, we'll just... All right.
We did have to save his life earlier today. There was
Oh yeah. Did you hear that one too? That one was really loud.
There was a creature, black creature, winged, mouth in the stomach, kind of horrifying. Anyways, it killed Fernace, but Isabel, she looks over at nods over at Isabel, was able to bring him back. You see a lot of those around here?
No, it does not ring a bell.
Popped out from that really big statue you have in like the lobby area.
All right, you keep acting like I decorated the place. I just kind of moved.
Well, you've been here for 3 years. I've been here for what?
Am I gonna move
30
that
minutes.
giant statue? I don't know. Yeah, you've been here for 30 minutes, and apparently you brought a black winged creature with a stomach mouth in to kill my assistant. You mind giving me a minute? You want to read some books? Cool. I'm gonna go figure out where Fernace is, and maybe take a look at my statue.
We'll be in here.
Wonderful. Nathaniel, I'm taking one of the big guys. Just make sure they don't like do anything crazy. I don't know.
As you wish.
And he, maybe a little faster than he earlier let on, starts walking, taking one of the golems with him, heading out this way. And we're going to take our 8:15 break.
If I'm slow to come back because of a crying baby, just get started.
Will do. After 10 minutes, that door shuts.
Been watching anything lately, Nate?
Anime wise,
Or just
in
whatever.
general?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I just finished Justified yesterday, actually, Marcel.
I'm just 2 episodes in to see the final season, so I'm almost there.
There you go. You're
Shelby and
making
I
good headway.
are splitting that and between I'm splitting between that and Full Metal, and the promised day has come. So greatness awaits us there.
So you've been liking Full Metal?
Yeah, it's really good. Very, very pleased.
Nice.
I did tell Shelby though that if any other bullshit happened with the dog, specifically Hawkeye's dog, I was never gonna forgive her and I was gonna be out for forever. So she said nothing should be okay.
Hawkeye's a very good character. I liked her a lot.
Yeah.
I keep saying all the time, like, it's gonna suck when she dies. Like, not sure if she's that kind of character or not, but I'm just bracing myself because she's awesome.
And she's not a mom, so she's got that going for her.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah, don't want to be a mom in that show.
No, it's like the same rules with D&D. Like, don't be a parent in D&D. That's the most dangerous job you can ever have.
Absolutely.
I probably need to rewatch Brotherhood at some point. Honestly, it's been so long since I've watched it.
It's been fantastic. I'm worried though, just based on that it's going to go down in terms of like other shows in comparison. That like I'm starting at dessert level, and few will ever reach that kind of height again.
Kinda.
I mean, I would say it's definitely like on the higher end of quality of like anime.
In terms of like quality and length and animation and story, like you can find elements of that in other shows, but like to have them all come together in this particular way, like if you're talking about an action anime, it honestly is probably the best one.
It's
also because
so
it's just so fun too. Like, it's serious and has like interesting themes and ideas, but then they throw in a short joke and Ed gets all pissy again for 60 seconds. Like, it's just fun.
It's kind of enjoyable.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail. Very, very much enjoying it.
No, it's good.
No, I mean, but I think that particular one is like just a gateway for the medium for a lot of people, and there's other, people would argue with my point that I think I personally think it's the best, but there's other things out there. There's a lot of different genres, and I feel like you can find like shorter series that can explore some interesting things, like 12 episode kind of situations.
Sure.
But that's the gold standard, that's the height right there.
Yeah.
But things like My Hero Academia and Attack on Titan are extremely popular for a reason.
Yeah, that Shelby said My Hero is next.
Well, she's all in, so
yeah, definitely.
As am I, in fairness.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if you had told me in high school Marshall watches anime,
yeah, weird world.
I would not have believed.
No, definitely not.
No.
No, happy to say I was wrong, and that this has definitely been an enjoyable viewing experience. No shame or pride there.
I always tell people, like, a story is a story. The medium is not important, and the medium can enhance things. One of the things about anime that is appealing is that you can really portray emotion in a much more overt way than you can in other things. So some stories just fit animation better than they would live action. Like, you wouldn't want to watch a live action Full Metal Alchemist show. I'm pretty sure one exists. Like, but
it wouldn't work.
Similarly, like, some things are just meant to be in video game form or book form, or movies or TV, whatever. The medium is just a delivery.
Yeah. I imagine maybe this is a really dumb take, but part of it too, like Avatar being, hitting Netflix in pandemic and becoming like, it already was super popular because of Cartoon Network, but like just getting its second life and like getting to watch Full Metal with English subs. Like I just remember like sitting with you and Connor, Nate, a couple different times where like y'all were watching, or not subs, dubbed, English dub, and like watching anime that was just English subtitle, and that was like just a much harder, like, really, like 10 years ago. But like I said, that could be a really dumb take.
No, it is.
That's legit. Bartlett, I think you prefer listening to it dubbed, don't you?
It's my preference, but sub does not stop me from watching something if I think it looks good. But if it's subbed and dubbed, then I'm watching the dub version.
How was Wyoming, by the way?
It was good. Nice and open, spacious, not a lot of people.
Where'd you go in Wyoming?
Jackson Hole.
Nice. It's like a getaway?
Yeah, just I've got an Xbox buddy that lives up there.
Did you guys do your Tetons?
Went through Tetons, did Yellowstone, and then just did a bunch of hike trails.
Sweet.
So, just a get out of Kansas type thing for a hot minute. Go to a place where there's not a lot of cell service.
We went camping weekend before this past one, and we were about like 50 feet away from a bear.
Oh, really?
It was the closest I've ever been to a bear by a lot. We're all like hanging out outside the campfire at like 1 a.m, and one of Ellen's friends called out the bear, and she and I were the only sober people around the campfire ring. And this thing was like 100 feet away when she called it out, and then it started ambling towards us, and we started shouting at it and banging stuff and flashing lights in its eyes, and it did not give a shit. And it kept getting closer and closer and closer to us. It stopped at about 50 feet away, and I was like, okay, guys, we need to get ready to throw things at it and also be ready to like get away from it. But we had the river to our backs. But fortunately, it stopped at 50 feet, stared at us for a bit, and then walked a little bit beyond, and then stopped and looked at us some more, and then eventually wandered off. But I thought we were going fisticuffs with a bear for a bit.
That's terrifying.
That would have been.
Yeah, I got the old blood going pretty good.
Yeah, 50 feet is not far.
What annoyed me was it was like a big black bear. It wasn't even like a normal size black bear, like a small black bear. It was like a big, well-fed black bear.
It was like a smaller one. You got a fighting chance.
Right.
Right.
Right. I was like, this guy's gonna mess us up. There's not a lot I can do to this thing.
Well, you weren't alone. There's always the
Right. It was a
Faster
seven.
than
It
your
was a
friend.
seven. It was a 7v1 instance.
I still think sometimes about shoot, what's his name? Carolyn's ex-boyfriend. What's his name?
Which
Steven?
one?
Nah, the one in high school. Ethan.
Oh, yeah.
Ethan's story about like face planting on his bike and exploding the bear spray on himself. It's one of the most horrific things I've ever heard.
Bear spray is, it's like pepper spray, more or less.
But for bears.
For
Yeah.
bears.
Except it doesn't work.
We left our bear spray at home because why should we have bear spray the one time I get that close to a bear?
Sounds like you didn't need it.
We didn't end up needing it. Good point.
There you go.
Oh.
Well,
Give me the 5-second rundown of what I missed, other than we established that Nathaniel's that guy's altar boy. That's how he gets his rocks off.
pretty much nailed it.
Cancel.
Goodness.
this weird shit.
And we're back. All right, guys. Back from break. Does somebody want to give Give Preston a quick rundown.
We called after Fernase.
I'm a fucking pro, guys. I'm a pro.
He did not answer, so we just opened the door with knock and came in and talked to Xanther, who's an interesting cat. Had these skulls coming out of the fire, which is, kind of interesting. He doesn't look not evil.
He looks like Prince Philip's what he looks like.
Yeah, spot the line what I said. Just kind of have traded some verbal jabs, established we both don't like Snake Lady, and I think that covers it. He came here a couple years ago, was making magic cores for them because he liked to research. It was kind of a research project for him. Agent of Chaos vibe is what I'm getting so far.
Yes, and
Strangely
so
enough, Prince Philip.
he just left you in the room to go. Sounded like to go look for Fernase and maybe check out the statue that you guys said some kind of creature came out of. Taking one of his amber golems, leaving the second, and also leaving Nathaniel, who I don't know if you heard has literally 2 heads on his shoulders.
Oh,
So yeah, you've missed that part.
cool.
That's not good enough to leave him with that there. He needs some sort of.
Can you just make a normal character?
He also very much needs a chiropractor's visit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got. It looks like you got
he's on
Marshall
the
drinking
trail.
wine out of the bottle.
Last bottle in the house, and it's empty. I'm very sad.
Oh, like a smart water Fiji or something.
Is that the French pool toy?
No, it's called Trader Joe's $3 Moscato.
Oh hell yeah! $3 check, baby.
Only the finest for Mrs. Miller's little boy.
Shit, $3 check now.
Yeah, they've added $1.
Shit's changed, man.
Yeah.
What times?
Marshall, you got Nick good. You got him.
Yeah, I know. That was good. I was proud of that. I knew Nick would like it because it's got the Band of Brothers line in it.
But for real, though, Preston should not be robbed of the character description.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Will, you want to?
That did start at the feet, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It was pretty smart the way he did that. Yeah, you want to give him a little rundown of what Nathaniel looks like? Let me just make him real big for you so we can all see him.
Looks a little like that.
Uh-huh. God, he's going to be a fun one to draw, huh?
I should have a picture. Oh, but yeah, you'll still have to draw him,
Can't wait.
assuming he gets taken along. He is in full plate. He has a ornate silver greatsword on his back. One head is very kind of well groomed with a fish oiled mustache and hair slicked back. The other head looks more like feral and is inanimate. And he does have a posture problem. And he doesn't say much. So far, at least.
Yeah, I knew Michael and Croft were deep in the Dark Souls wiki, but I didn't know you were as well.
I feel like we just adopted Jekyll and Hyde.
So I am not. This character was shamelessly stolen from my oldest son. So if that's where it's from.
It just seems like a thing that would be a Dark Souls.
It's got a bit of that vibe.
So how long have you been Xanther's head of security?
Oh, all of my time here, most of his time. He says he arrived shortly before I did. And he's standing with his hands kind of behind his back, with good posture.
So you haven't always worked for him? What brought you here?
Employment, opportunity. Jobs in these lands are few and far between for a man like myself. I am a protector. That's what I do. I get paid to protect. And not many up in these parts that are hiring at the moment, as it were.
So Xantha like just put out like a job posting on Indeed and you came, or like did you know him before?
I didn't know him before. I met him here. Not many places left in these lands of renown. I had heard of this place. Usually these mage types are intelligent. Some are powerful in their own right, but not many of them can take a punch in the face. That's where I come in, to make sure they don't get punched in the face.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know if your guys' conversation was done or not.
It was. I was actually going to ask you something.
Oh, okay. I'll say Isabel would, shortly after Xantha left, Isabel would start searching the library for books and periodically.
You read my mind. Hey, Isabel, can you come show me some cool books that I should be looking at?
Sure. She'll first look for, I guess, books on the gods was kind of top of our mind. And she's also periodically checking her holy symbol of Nothgeath, seeing if there's any sort of reaction as she moves about the library.
So yeah, as you kind of start moving about, kind of just like walking along the library looking for some books, you gotta dig into your memory banks and kind of reacquaint yourself with the old stacks. But yeah, if you want to start looking for books on the gods, roll me an investigation check, and then if you end up staying, longer, some of those things can be hand waved. But for now, it's just a kind of a quick look as you're.
Yeah, I'll do that. And I'm gonna guidance it.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know where my guidance button went. So
that's enough. You'll be able to pull at least one book off the shelf that's just like has some information about gods in it. But you'll have to, do some reading if you're looking for things in particular. And as far as like depending on how long you stay in the academy and depending on how much research you guys are wanting to do and stuff like that, you guys can always tell me what type of stuff you're looking for, what type of books you're looking for, and I can give you like excerpts basically that are interesting to you based on roles and stuff like that. And we can do that through email and stuff. It's just a little easier that way, but unless you're looking for like really specific stuff right now.
What would you do? Like, is this like the super quiet sort of library? Is there maybe some ambient noise? Are other people doing idle chit chat? Because Steven's going to try and talk to Isabel about something, but wants to be super quiet.
You guys are the only people in the space. So unless people are doing other things, it's, even whispers are like, people would be able to probably tell that you're whispering. They probably wouldn't be able to hear you.
Okay, that's
but,
fine.
Then Saru would have a conversation with Nathaniel.
Xerxes would too. So
You can do it.
Perfect.
Hey Isabel, how do you remember where the teleportation circle is here at the academy?
Yeah, would she? I think she would.
So you would know of the area where they would be. They weren't in like big public, areas. It wasn't like a.
Yeah.
It was more like behind closed doors, like because it was mainly used by people that could use them, which would be teachers or mages of higher renown. But yeah, you would have an idea where that was as well, at least like generally.
General. Yeah, maybe not like a specific room.
Yeah, you're like,
but,
oh, it's somewhere behind these doors in this hall, XYZ.
And she'll give you a quick, like, jotted down, like, description of like how to like get to that section of the, or how.
No, I don't
one
want to go
could.
now. I just want to check it out later, and I don't get the feeling that like he would be cool with that, or at the very least, like I don't think he would want us to be able just to get in here whenever. So if we can do it without him knowing, that would be awesome. Just saying.
I'll not bring it up around him. And when we look around later, we can find it.
That's all I got.
She would just kind of ask you about like if there's any other stuff. Like she would just show you like certain sections around if you're interested in finding other books.
I absolutely am.
So while Stephen was asking Nathaniel questions, Saru was kind of walking around Nathaniel, just kind of looking at him. And as everybody kind of starts looking over books and kind of does their own thing, Saru would kind of stop, look at Nathaniel from the side, and go, "Hey, Nathaniel, is it alive?" And then he would slowly start to move forward, like as an obvious effort to poke the deadhead.
He will sigh and say, "From time to time."
So, like, if I touch it? Or offer it food?
You might have a chance of something happening, but most likely not. If you can control it, you are a better man than me. It is its own being, just as I am my own being.
Were you born this way? Are you human?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention that he is a human.
Hey, Xerxes, do you have any food?
Sorry, I was typing jokes.
I should have used that token. It's the only two-headed token that I have. Is an M.
That'd be a badass new character, Will.
Did I say human?
I meant
orc.
I meant Giantkin.
Yeah, Saru, I never go anywhere without food. You never know when you need a little pick-me-up here. And he'll he'll hand him some little trail mix that he makes from time to time.
I think that's canon. I think you've actually done that before on this. I think you've literally said trail mix before. I could be mistaken.
It is now. If it wasn't before. He's just the target of this party.
Yeah. So I would take the trail mix and hold it out near the deadhead, and then follow up that with, does it drink? Does it like beer, whiskey, wine, water? Does it have a preference? Do you have a preference?
I am a prudent man and do not partake. I have never known Kavan to partake.
It has a name?
He is a man like me. We were two, and now we're one.
Were you cursed? Maybe by a hag? In the Feywild?
Nothing that complex. It's rather a very simple story. Do you see this sword? He'll lay it down on the table. And it's really ornate with carvings. Do you think this sword has a story?
I mean, like, it's probably got an origin story.
Indeed it does. And it's very simple. Somebody had that sword. I was faster. I killed him. And I took that sword as I was protecting my employer. Now I could say that sword has whatever story I want. Kavan here was my equal. And as we fought atop a plateau, neither one of us was willing to cede and take cover as the sky was illuminated and burning. Oh, and I came to. Well, here we are. I wish there were a more elaborate story, a hag story. He's a constant reminder that I took that fight to a stalemate, and I feel I should have won. I let down my employer. I do not know where he is now. So here I am, working again the best I can under the circumstances. Some bosses are better than others. This one is eccentric, to say the least.
May I ask who your old employer was?
Perhaps when I have more time to flesh out my backstory, I will be glad to talk to you.
Come prepared.
You came with two heads.
You aren't ready to plant the seeds of a 12 to 16 month character arc right now?
Will, you're fired. Go get your son.
I'm sorry. I thought we were playing D&D.
Always have your random name generator ready. Just
Where are you? What part of the Vale were you from before this? If I may ask?
Well, certainly. For the most part, I was a citizen of whomever I was protecting. That was my adult life. My life growing up, life as a child, as it were. I grew up in a town outside of Briarwood. Nothing really to tell. Nothing really happened. Every day was the same. And everybody needs a bit of adventure, although structured adventure in a routine way that is predictable, I find, is most effective and efficient. I'm afraid if you're looking for something as interesting in my backstory as the current man I work for, or some of you, based on what I heard on the other side of that door, you'll be gravely disappointed.
Is there anything that you can tell us about the Academy that's been of interest of note while you've been here?
I'm not really a man of books. I find that they don't hold my attention. And I've yet to find one yet that has helped me defend myself on the field of battle. My employer seems to get of singular focus, of singular mind when going through the tomes here. He mutters this and that, loses track of time. I can only assume that there are adequate things here to keep his mind and his endeavors occupied.
Do you wield your weapon only for protection? Or do you like sport or practice?
I don't know that I've ever been in a fight where the objective wasn't to survive by ending the life of the one that was attacking me or my employer.
Obviously, you've never been married.
Well, I'm gonna go poke around, but if you want to practice with the blade or duel, let me know. I'm always interested in testing out my metal. And she'll nod and wander over to wherever the hell Isabel is, because I'm sure it's not this conversation.
Brave one, that one. It looks like that thing on the table took her for a bit of a bloody ride, and she's ready for a fight already. Is Saru right? He's right there.
Yes, he has progressed from offering up just a handful of trail mix to trying to shove something in the little thing's mouth, whether it's a peanut, pretzel, whatever.
Nothing's happening, and there's no resistance.
Okay.
If you're like,
he's just like, oh, okay. So you couldn't like just cut it off? I mean, technically, you'd win.
I can feel it. Like when I poke it, I feel it, and I'm unsure that if I were to cut it off, what would happen to me.
So if I poke it here, where do you feel it?
I feel it where you poke it. Like
Interesting.
almost like the nervous system. Well, he wouldn't know what a nervous system is, but
He just knows what the paws of a cat does for him.
we were fused together.
Well, maybe we can find a way to unfuse you. Kind of like we're going to do with Emil.
Emil, is that his name?
Yeah, he's like an elf that was turned into like part of a spider by some creepy hag, as he put it. I don't know. We ran into him some while back up by Mount Hart, but kind of like you.
He's halfway listening. He'll say, "How did you kill that thing? What?" The things I heard him say, I've heard those speeches before in a different manner, but the same tone, the same idea, the same delusions of grandeur, with presumably the skill to back it up. What does it take? How do you technically slice through someone with those kinds of arcane skills?
I don't know what your experience has been, but in mine, men are men and flesh are flesh. And a well-timed shot to the head can sever anyone's life. Magic or no.
You're a marksman then? He's looking at him for his crossbow or longbow.
A bit of a marksman, I'd say. Yes. A bit of a protector, I would also say. Would you say that you're a mercenary, a bodyguard, an adventurer, a hero?
No, no, and no. Man has a job, he has a purpose. He doesn't have a job, he's got to try to find purpose, make up hidden meanings in the world, make coincidences turn into something more than just happenstance in order to give his life meaning. You have a job, though. Then you have a directive. Then you have a direction. It's not the amount of coin that I get paid. Although I do always have to have a retainer of some sort in order to make a contract, in order to have an employer. It's about having a purpose, to wake up each morning and know what your goal is for that day.
Without purpose, we would not exist.
That's an interesting perspective. It's one I have not necessarily considered, but I tend to be more of a man of my hobbies than my work. But maybe that's just because I've not had a traditional job all my life.
Take the farmer, if you will. Farmer wakes up at the rooster every morning. He goes to bed every evening. And in between, he toils in the field. And he does that day after day after day after day. If he stops, It's not long before they're burying that man. Person has a job to do, they tend to show up and do it. They don't really have a tendency to do much of anything. I would say your hobbies probably keep your interest just fine. Purpose. Gotta have a reason to get up in the morning. Or some people simply choose not to. Still standing very regally and off kilter a little from the poor posture, which you now know is because one half of him is from a person that was a couple inches taller than the other one.
Well, it seems that my friends are likely to stay here for quite some time. I'd love to chat with you more. I feel a bit of a kinship with you, as I too am one that was afflicted by the burning.
And you? What was your curse?
It seems that I got wrapped up in some sort of god squabble or something. All I know is one day I woke up with eyes like this, and these on my back. He just sort of flashes his wings. It's unnatural. And I imagine you feel the same way.
It's hard to wish for something better when you spend a lot of time wishing for what once was. But I will admit, sometimes I do wish for what once was.
The doors to the north begin to open, and walking through is a looming amber golem, behind which is Exathanter. Door shut behind him. The golem slowly lumbers over to stand across from its equal there, and Exathanter makes his way to the head of the table before taking a seat. Those of you that are like kind of moving around the room, whatever kind of draws your attention as they enter.
Okay, so I found evidence of what you said, though it was only the blood of what I assume is Furnace. You're sure he's alive, you say? And he kind of looks to Isabel. You say you brought him back?
Yes, I did, but he was the one that disappeared when the violence started.
It's just a lot of little coinky doos going on here, you know? Because he's not answering. Usually the only reason for that is, well, either he's choosing not to answer or, well, he's...
Well aware of the other.
And I mean, I already saw you pull one body out of your little bag there.
Your suspicion's totally understandable, but considering we came in trying to work out a trade of employment with you. Hope you can understand. We know that would not be the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
Besides, they seemed cool. Like, seemed a little jumpy, but seemed cool.
Yeah, he's fine. So I'm just running into a few walls mentally. So this trade, what are you looking to get exactly?
We would like access to Kestrel, which you said we could have. And just be free to look the place over and be unmolested. And I know Isabel in particular wants to be able to look around the library for books, things like that. Any information that you have, we can keep trading information. I'm curious about what you know in Storo Town and different things like that. And who knows, maybe a working relationship. You seem to have a working relationship with the Snake Lady. If there's things that you can provide us, that would be helpful. We would take it in return. You can have access to what's in the mine. And an increasingly demanding and powerful employer off your back so you can get back to working for yourself.
I see. Now, ingenuity is, I really like the hustle. I can get behind it, but I just did a little a check-in, and it seems someone's already taken care of the problem. That I was having down in the mine. Somebody's beating you to the punch, I guess.
Not really.
Killed everything?
Anna will smile and we'll pull the note out of the bag, the one that mentions that they're getting impatient with the mage. And we'll pass the note over to him so he can look it over. And she'll say, they were getting impatient with you. Seems they felt like you were holding out on them. Sorry for not being the most forthright. But seeing as you were working with them, we weren't sure how much we could trust you. We were attacked as soon as we set foot in here. But yes, your employer is already gone. Sorry, we weren't really able to subdue her. We just did the killing part.
Okay, so really, is Furnace in the bag or what? You can just tell me.
Furnace, if I could pull Furnace out of the bag as we're all coming clean, I would. Unfortunately, He's not. It seems you were getting on their nerves. If you can pick that up from the letter as well.
Yeah, he looks over the letter.
Yeah, it's not surprising, I guess. So this is what drew you here? Mention of me.
We were planning on coming up either way. This just, made the matter more pressing for us. We were being truthful that we were tasked to explore the Vale. As we were talking about with your chief of security here, Nathaniel, there aren't any other places with such notoriety as this.
Okay, well, moving forward, maybe we just have a bit of a, truths would be good. We just kind of, I get it. It's a scary world out here. But I can kind of check up on you and, we just like to have keep things above board is all.
All right. Above board. Anna will pull out a couple of the papers that sort of show that they were planning an attack on the crypts of Kestrel. Why would they be doing this? What is down there? Do you know?
Well, you saw some of those corpses outside. Michael's voice is just gonna die tonight.
It's a great voice, by the way. Bottle cap to the DM.
Wow. It's really good.
I feel like you're channeling your inner Rick Sanchez, actually. Is anyone else getting Rick
Really?
Sanchez vibes?
Really murdering my. I don't even know who that is.
Only Croft. Classic.
Oh,
Classic.
I didn't know his last name.
That's of Rick and Morty.
Actually, that's a little bit of an inspiration. But yeah, my voice is gonna die. I don't even remember what I was saying.
Anna was asking
Crypts.
about,
Crypts.
she pulled out the plans. He's looking them over and she's like, trying to do the above board thing. What's going on down there?
Because shockingly, it seems like the crypts are not safe. I've heard that the crypts are safe. If we go down to the crypts, we'll be safe, but it doesn't seem like they're safe. Sorry, that was for your Game of Thrones people only.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in and out of there quite a lot. I can't honestly think why they're trying to get in there.
Then he's looking over the plans,
It's odd. I guess there's two ways in. There's the lower, but I don't know why they would be doing an assault like that. It doesn't. You got these from down in the Red River mine. Okay. The letter, by the way, you have any idea what the fuck they're talking about in that second half? Did you find any like captured people down there?
Anna will smile and just point at Isabel.
Oh, you guys were really in it then, huh?
We had to get her back.
Like I said, I respect the hustle. Trying to get paid for a job you already did. It's good. It's really good. Yeah, no, I think we could work together. You can go to the crypts or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, I'll have to let you in, or you can do that really loud thing again. But the echo is kind of annoying. So,
seeing as they were planning an assault down there, I have a feeling we wouldn't mind a chance to rest. If there's places we can stay.
Yeah, sure. There's an old auditorium not too far from here. It'd be a pretty good place to rest. You could barricade yourself in there or whatever. I don't know what all you're looking for. I mean, there's rooms here. She knows, I guess. She studied here. You could stay in those. They're not that comfortable. The auditorium's bigger. I mean, honestly, you can stay wherever you like. I don't want to like force you into some place, seeing as you obviously, have trust issues. But it is approaching the evening hours, I guess, where it's probably dark out. Do you want to, take some books, do some reading, and we can all get together for a nice big meal in the morning? One big happy family.
Can I
Maybe
do an
we could eat
insight
that
check?
cat.
Yeah, you can do an insight check.
Is that when we get sorted into our houses?
Yeah.
Honestly, I've had more awkward family meals.
Well, this one should be great. I mean, it's just you, me, and these two amber golems. Nathaniel. Maybe Kavan will join us. It'd be great.
Kavan?
Oh, don't worry about it.
I thought we were being above board.
Well, that's for...
Their head.
Oh, Kavan, that's the other head. Sorry.
Head.
I forgot. I apologize. Thank you, Saru.
So how were you able to check up on us?
I assume you teleported.
No, I was not willing to go that far. You just put your psyche somewhere else, kind of take yourself from one place and put it elsewhere.
I gotcha.
Yeah. I've never not been able to find her before, so the assumption is that she's no longer in existence.
Well, then we can poke around, look at the books.
If you would not
Rest
leave
up.
that body on the table, though, this is where I was hoping to have breakfast.
Anna will put Clavius back in the
Where you
bag.
supposed to put it though?
Anna will put Clavius back in the bag. We were.
Put him in
Is
the
there a
bag.
good spot around here that we could burn it?
Well, you can toss him outside the doors, and I can put him to good use. You'd seen those guys outside.
What are you doing with them? If you're going to put them to use?
Well, just defenses. I mean, you came in the front door. I assume you were accosted by my greeting party. There's an alchemical process that can turn flesh to stone. They don't last forever, so I've been having to raid the crypts down there. Because after long enough, they just kind of turn into a statue and don't really do much for you. But yeah,
No,
toss him in the pile and turn him into a statue for you or whatever.
I think he was at one point our friend. I think a cremation would be better. We stepped
Maybe
back.
out front would be, I mean, you could do it in the big open areas, I guess. The smoke doesn't really have that many places to go in here.
Will you unlock the front door so we can take him out front and burn his body and not have to do that really loud thing to get back in?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just dispel the front door so you can go come in and out if you want. Without letting everyone in the valley know what's happening. And I'll show you to that auditorium. If that's where you want to stay.
Sounds great.
Beautiful. He will lead you out front through 2 sets of double doors, the same way that you all came. Where he gets a good look at all the work that you had done on his statues that are fucked up. Just kind of sighs to himself. But yeah, if you want to go about burning the body out there, you can do so. And he'll hang out with you and eventually show you to your room, if that's the plot.
Sounds like it.
Yep.
I'm gonna bunch everybody together. Take you on a little walkabout.
While you're moving us either in the room or maybe like as we're standing over the burning bodies, I'll go up to Saru, sort of, either in the room at night or the body. I don't really care. I don't know how long we're going to be there. But she gets Saru, and she would. I think it fits thematically while the body's burning. So we're outside, the body's burning, and she would say, Saru?
Yes?
I know. I think I have something to confess. Nothing will Caladius. And that is true now. But I once was a lot like Caladius. I was focused on it. There was nothing wrong that I could do to achieve that. Would stop at nothing to do it. But then I got another chance. I got the chance the error of my ways. I got the chance to change. Like fighting Caladius, like fighting myself. Just an old. I hope the next time, if we ever encounter anybody like them, the stakes lower, less dire, without as much damage done to us personally. I want to try a person on the right path. I got a second chance of life. Fair or unfair? Quite unfair compared to what we did to Clavius. And well, I don't regret it. People can change. And then she'll kind of just like stare solemnly into the fire.
Yeah, so for a little while there, the small pyre that is the remains of Clavius burn on, slowly fading to embers as the sun sets on the Kestrel Academy. After some time passes, he'll walk you inside. I tried to give you a little directional tour of how you got to where you are, and he'll bring you to a room that looks to be an old auditorium. It is tiered and kind of like angles down towards like this area where there is like a like where the person would teach from. There's kind of a table down there, and it's just basically rows and rows of like benches throughout, all angled down towards the bottom of this tiered auditorium. But yeah, he'll drop you off in here. It is getting pretty late at this point in the evening, as I can share. And yeah, basically his plan is to drop you off here, and he'll tell you he's not arcane locking this door, or the two doors that lead to the front entrance. If you so choose to leave, you can leave. It's basically what he's saying, but he is also leaving the golems outside. But that's more for his protection than anything else. But he says he won't bother you if you don't bother him, and hopes to see you at breakfast tomorrow. Then we'll leave you to yourselves. And yeah, I don't know what Nathaniel wants to do, if he wants to stay and chat for a while, or if he wants to head out with Exthanther, but he can do
unless
whatever he chooses.
Unless the boss tells him to stay, or unless somebody stops him, I think he would go.
Is anybody trying to talk to Nathaniel before he leaves? What's the plan?
Rest, I think, unless people are wanting to do other stuff. I want to look around, but I want to wait till tomorrow.
Maybe just read through some. I guess now would be like the time that people would read through the books or whatever. We'd cover that in emails.
Yeah, you can look. Yeah, you can look through some of those books that you grabbed on the gods, and then I can fill everyone in on what gets pulled from there. I've got some interesting tidbits, maybe.
Anna would help. Anna would go over the books with Isabel.
And then I assume you're hutting it up in here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you betcha.
Don't you know it?
Xerxes would make some black powder, or is in the process. It takes time.
Nice.
I'm adding it to the counter.
Put it on the counter. Anything else that needs to be done? Talked about? Nighttime conversations.
Anybody have any good ideas on how we can summon a god in the library?
Good ideas on how to summon a god?
So I'm assuming Isabel noticed that like there was no indication of like any reaction with the holy symbol in the library, right?
Yeah, no, it didn't seem like the holy symbol did anything. I didn't mention this before. There are those windows in the library, but you would know that they don't lead anywhere. They're kind of like this false illusion to like give this outside daylight into the library just to make it kind of a nice thing. The same windows that those horrible, horrible monsters poured through and tried to murder you in the dream sequence. But yeah, your holy symbol didn't seem to give any indication, didn't give any changes of anything while you were moving about the library.
There might be some ways I can call her presence here. But you're gonna have to wait for me to prepare new spells. Canon one. But we'll have to wait till tomorrow.
Sounds good.
No expert in the gods myself, but she did task us with going to the library, and we found this man and his assistant. Perhaps that's what she wanted to show us all along. I don't pretend to claim I understand how the gods work.
That's true. She did say that, showing the holy symbol would, help her recognize us. Maybe we have to show it to, maybe we show it to Xanther. I don't think he's him by any means, but I don't see what harm it could do. He seems very single-minded on what he's doing.
He does. At the very least, to let us look around. Curious about that room in the main area. Curious about the crypts and whatever else we can find here. But good to know we can do so unmolested from him and his golems.
Nap time?
So,
Feels like it's been a while since I've advanced today. Oh,
Had to do a little PvP first.
this really dives through that door. Oh my god.
Bruce fired up.
Yeah. Just dives through the door full bore. Really wants that treat. All right. It is the 3rd. It is dawn.
I level up now.
Yeah, are you already there?
Yep.
Damn. Duh.
Yes.
Duh. Do we need to roll or did we already do that?
No. That was so 1 level ago.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna go Roger. Ah!
Druid dip.
Hey, baby.
there you go.
Yes!
There you go.
Sally.
Nice 10 for your druid dip. Nice.
Very nice. Little Drew deed, as it were.
Little rogue dip. Nice.
I only had 69 health points for too short a time.
That is kind of too bad, really. Everybody else, make sure to top off. You had a nice, restful sleep.
Pretty much it. There's not a whole lot. It's too exciting. Cat.
Oh my gosh, how many hit points does he have?
Not enough.
Not enough. What is he, a D8?
Yeah.
Alright, well, 4. What's that put him at? 59? That's not bad.
9. Nice.
Solid, kitty cat. He can really get in there now. He's ready.
Can Arthur has spent some amount of time attempting to further attend, whether this is flavor or not, attempting to attend to Miss V?
What's he trying to do? Let me hear more about his process.
Well, he's gonna attempt to whisper sweet nothings. Yeah, he's still leveling up. Okay, 81. Dope.
You're a strong boy.
He is going to attempt to remember any silver that he's come across in order to just issue a very brutish guttural hello.
Oh, I love that. Roll an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence.
Why me?
and now roll persuasion.
-1.
You after kind of trying to commune. Failure's fun, Nick. When trying to commune with Philia Fae, you're racking your brain like you've heard Elven before, but it's not an easy language. That's for damn sure. And you're trying to put some words together that sound good, and you think that you did a pretty good impression of like something that either Anna may have said like in a conversation with Sarah or something, like. But the gasp that you get back in your head, and then the tonal just firing off of whatever is being said back to you that you can't understand, lets you know that, oh, I have not said what I have meant to say, and I think I just offended that bow even further. And she goes on for a little while before scoffing and just really just not chatting with you. You'll note that anytime that you are like, if there's no illumination in the space, so like if Isabel puts her lantern out in the night or anything like that, the bow glows this very dim light, just not ever seeming to be within total darkness. It just like glows with this pale light. But right now, if there are lights on in the space or anything, then it is not glowing. But that is something to note about the bow. But yeah, the bow, if you were to put a mood on the bow today, it's a it's definitely like a 2 out of 10. She just does not seem happy, and you can just kind of feel that resonating out of the bow after your conversation with her. Conversation in quotes. Yeah. You should maybe pick favorite enemy bow. Have you thought about doing
That'll be my next one.
that? I can speak to all bows.
Can you Hunter's Mark it too?
Is the bow an aberration?
It is not.
Is it a goblin?
Is it what?
Is it a goblin?
It could be. It could be a goblin.
It's my favorite enemy then.
You'll have to ask it politely next time if it is goblin. Maybe that is what you asked it. Is the problem.
How many goblins have you been with? Tell me.
It is morning. And the day is yours. You wake up in this auditorium in this Kestrel Academy. What would you like to do?
Isabel, do you want to try anything now, or would you like to get to the library, talk, show the holy symbol, go to the crypt?
Let's go to the library first.
Library it is.
To the library you go.
Are the like when we walk outside, are the golems still there?
Yes, the golems are present and will actually lead you to the library, which I'm just warping you to in a quicker manner.
Does anybody
Much
think
easier.
Arthur looks a little beefier this morning?
Arthur's walking around like this.
Chest out.
It's like I rolled a 10 on my con, baby. That's one more hit. I can survive. You enter, and you find, I don't know exactly where you might be sitting, Nathaniel, but you find Extanther and Nathaniel sitting at a table. And there is some food upon the table. The spread is not like elaborate by any means, but there is. Oh my word, dog! What are you doing, Coop? Just rolling around on your back there? Yeah. There is more food than maybe you would have expected. There's enough food for you all. It's not fancy. There is a little bit of meat, mostly like grains and like cereal-y type stuff, like like porridge. There's some soups, bread. It's a little stale, but there's food, and it's enough for the large group of you that there is. And Extanther is sitting at the head of the table, awaiting the group of you.
Oh, I get to do this for the first time.
I was really hoping there was going to be a second dice roll there.
Just the one.
Alrighty then. Well, I'm glad to see everyone decided to stay. I hope your night was comfortable. I'm sure the spread isn't what you're used to from whatever the king of Briarwood, but I do hope it'll do.
No, Furnace?
No. I did find him, but he seems to be taking a vacation. I suspect he'll be back.
Vacations are good. We all got to take a break.
Yeah. So, what's on the agenda today, my friends, adventurers? I don't know what to call you.
I think our plan is to poke around the crypts and see if there's any. See if we can figure out what they were interested in down there.
Sounds good to me. If you find anything that isn't a dead body or whatever, let me know, I guess, if they're looking for something down there. I swear I've looked over the place pretty well. Don't suspect you'll find much.
Xanthar, I know you said you weren't much of a god enthusiast. Have you ever come across the name Nothkeith?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the gods. She's the death one, I think. Knowledge. Is this a quiz?
Just a simple question.
Yeah, I know. I've heard the name. I'm not I'm not trying to offend, but I'm not a big. I don't know. I don't know that much about them all. Other than they're probably not really around anymore. You all big godly folk, I suspect, by the sounds of it.
No, just names that we come across every now and then.
Yeah, they're in the, people love those things,
Did we learn anything from the books, or will that be? We'll figure that out later.
Yeah, it's just some general knowledge, maybe some deeper general knowledge than what you previously knew, but nothing that's like aha or anything. I suspect. But I'll send you some stuff, and it's probably just like hopefully cool lore of the world that you didn't know before.
So, Isabel will take off the holy symbol of Noskith and kind of put it on the table. So you are not aware of any reason Noskith would be interested in this academy?
Like I said, I haven't been here all that long. But ever since I have, I would presume that the gods weren't interested in much anything at all. Because it was, after the whole thing.
Right.
But I mean, maybe there's. Was she the knowledge one? She's in the books, so.
Yes. To a degree. But the symbol means nothing to you. She just kind of holds it up briefly.
He looks it over.
I've seen it before. Have I seen it here? I don't think so. Maybe down in the crypts. But there's probably a lot of symbols down there. People have their deities they'd like to be sent to or whatever. But yeah, it means nothing as far as, I don't know, right this second. I can look into it for you if you've got better things to do, or I'm sure you could find some books here that would tell you about what it means, but I would think that, you guys sound pretty into the gods, from what I can tell. You probably know a lot more than me.
Fair.
Can you lead us to the crypts?
Yeah, I'll hang back. I'll let Nathaniel do it. I've got some shit to figure out. After I eat. Busy day on the docket. You can find me here mostly if you need me. But yeah, if Nathaniel, if you'll show them to the crypts once we're done here, they can poke around. Crypt door
stuff
should
are you
be
working
open.
on?
Crypt door should be open. It's more part of like a overarching project that I'm doing.
Wait, now I thought we were being above board. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. Just you seem like really smart and like inventive. So I was just curious.
Well, I am technically building something, but not in the sense of like one of those. Well, I do shit. I do need to remake the golems outside. So that's something. That'll be a bit of a delay. No, it's a research project. Pretty focused on it. But it's just, prolonging my existence here so that I mayhaps be able to, make a difference in things moving forward.
Like immortality?
Not quite immortality. That's just extension.
How?
It's very complicated. And if you want to join and help out, that'd be great. I could use more minds, especially with Furnace taking a vacation. It's important work, and it's work that I've been working on for a long time, but not as long as I would have hoped to have been working on it. If I would have started sooner, things may have been better. Now, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try my third insight check of the night. Went natural 1, natural 2. Let's see if we can get 3. Hey, look at that.
From what you can tell, he doesn't seem to be trying to hide anything. He's a very scatterbrained individual.
Okay, so can just interrupt real quick because this was one of my questions. Is it like he's intentionally choosing his words to be vague, or is he just kind of like all over the place?
I think you can tell that there is a good amount of he is choosing his words, being careful, but there's times when he goes down these paths that are like not careful at all. And he just, for as maybe sharp as he's been called and as sharp as he may seem, he seems to, talk a big game that he knows a whole lot. Maybe he does. But from what you can tell, it's like his brain seems to kind of go everywhere. So it's hard to tell if that's just because of his extreme old age, because he does seem extremely old for a human, or if that there's just more to where he's going with his thoughts and things. But yeah, he doesn't seem to be being like intentionally deceiving or anything, as far as you can tell.
And it didn't feel like ominous when he talked about trying to extend his life, did it?
I mean, he said it very matter of factly, like it's just another thing.
Okay, all right, cool.
What exactly are you hoping to be around to help for?
Well, that's that's hard to exactly say. I know you all know a good deal about the demon problem. Well, because of what I heard and because of what you let on. And it's going to take well, to be frank, it's going to take someone who knows things, someone with knowledge, someone who's skilled in the arcane and beyond, and to be frank, I think if I'm not here, when whatever the fuck is going to happen happens, things might be bad. So that to be honest, I just would like to be here to deal with things if I can. This is a lot for breakfast, I know.
Do you have a sense of what that might be beyond just demonic incursions into our world?
Not fully. The fact that they're here and working apparently with people in Briarwood, which you tell me a political faction is strange, but not like beyond the scope of demons, to be sure. Chaos and all that. But there's just something quite curious about what I've been observing. Well, what I had been observing with Nethys. You obviously know, you had the note. And her mental state was odd. I think there's more to the demons than they would like to let on. But I haven't interacted with many. I've been I've been busy here, and some people I know were investigating some of these things near the end of the incursion before the burning, but I haven't really been able to connect with them since. So trying to prolong things because if they're not around, it might be only me, and picking up where they left off isn't really my strong suit, and I don't, it's complicated, but you know that you've been out here.
Yeah, who are these other people?
Friends, acquaintances, or coworkers. I don't know how to exactly put it. I wasn't really friends with that many people. So friends may be wrong. The arcane practitioners, I guess you could say.
Like y'all had like a club or something?
Yeah, you could say that. A club is good. Yeah.
Steven wants in on the group text.
100%.
Well, it's just DMs with me because there's nobody else left as far as I know.
You said you've been living here for a couple years, right?
Yeah, a couple of years.
Where were you before that? I mean, were you working out of any specific place, or?
Not one place specifically. No. Storo Town is where I had my spot. Wasn't much of a tower, I guess. More of like a shack and basement situation. But I bounced around a little bit before I ended up here. Here was kind of a natural place, and when there was really nobody here occupying the place, it was pretty obvious to just kind of move in. A lot of room to stretch out.
Did you by chance ever make it to Mountain Heart?
Pre-burning, yes. Post-burning, no. Never really had the reason to head that way. At least not yet.
Did you fight in the incursion?
Fight is kind of a funny term. I was never really a fighter, so to speak. I was more behind the scenes, research, if you will, trying to help the old cause in the way of the mind.
What kind of research were you doing? Is it the same you're working on now, or was it something different?
I wish it was the same that I was working on now. No, it was mostly about the enemy, about trying to figure out what made them tick, what made them die. It's kind of wasted, it seems. A lot of wasted time.
Do you feel like what you and your friends were researching is somehow connected to the burning itself?
So, as I alluded, we weren't all necessarily working towards the same things. It was more of a, sharing knowledge. And, some of them were working on things that, to be frank, we didn't all agree with. We didn't all necessarily believe in. And I'm starting to doubt that the majority of us were right. Maybe maybe those others were onto something. But yes.
Did you ever interact with Paragus?
Literally about to ask that.
Yeah, you knew the guy?
I believe Vix poked around his what's left of his tower.
No, yeah. Yeah, I've been there too, actually. I knew him. He was part of the club, if you will.
What was Paragus working on?
During the incursion, he actually fought quite a bit. He held a large contingent of force near his tower for a while. But he, it's in the name. He was researching planar travel, interplanar, extra-dimensional shit. He was good at it. But he's actually kind of one of the ones that I was mentioning. He was looking into where the enemy, the primordials at the time, where they came from and why. And he kept on near the end referencing dreams. And it was
like they would communicate through the dreams?
Here's the thing. By the end of the incursion, Paragus was not fully there. I hate to say it, but he was not well thought of by the rest of the club, if you will. We thought he was kind of losing it, and that happens at times when you're in as deep as you are with this amount of power. It can be hard to hold it all together. So we didn't really give Paragus as much maybe belief backing as we maybe should have. And to be sure, I'm not positive if he was fully right or wrong, but he seemed to know things that, well, I wish I could locate him, or at least his body, and maybe ask it a few questions.
Does the name Quaval the Dreamer mean anything to you?
No, I've not met that person.
It was just in Snake Lady's notes, and when you said Paragus was, talking about dreams, I didn't know if that was something that rang a bell.
Wait, she had notes that mentioned dreams then?
Yeah, just this one.
Huh. Quaval the Dreamer mutters again of Paragus. Well, you may have come in here and tried to scam me, but you're at least giving me some interesting information along the way. You don't know who this dreamer person is?
Oh, that's why I asked you.
Do you know how recent this was written or anything like that?
Nope. Found it on her desk.
Okay. I think that's maybe the end of breakfast then. Let's maybe meet back up later today. Tell me about if you find anything or whatever. I'm gonna get to work. Yeah, this is interesting. I don't know. Maybe we'll I don't know. Maybe we'll have more to talk about. I need to get my thoughts in order.
And he will kind of start getting up and moving into the rear section of the library. Kind of letting you all go off and do what it is you need to do. Nathaniel can lead you to most everywhere that you would need to be led to. The crypts included, if that's where you wanted to go. You tell me.
Crypt sound as good as anything.
Crypts, and if Isabel knows the way to the teleportation circle, Steven wants to check that out.
Sure, we can check that out after Crips.
God damn rock.
Got you.
Thank you. Dun, dun, dun. You can't see it on this map. There is a door underneath this this balcony here, where there is a small door to the crypts. As you are approaching, Isabel, your holy symbol of Nothgeeth begins to glow its own illumination. Just very faint, but enough for you to notice around as you're wearing it around your neck.
Isabel will kind of probably briefly get like on Steven's attention that, or whoever else, that the crypt is probably a good place to go. And we should try and conduct something down there, if it's clear.
So as you approach the door, kind of Nathaniel leading the way, I just kind of grabbed people, but whoever is in the would kind of be vanguarding it behind Nathaniel. Roll me a couple, or just, well, I mean, I just need one perception check, but out of those people in the front, roll me perception. Excuse me. My throat is like, fuck you.
Classifying as front.
What up?
You're classifying third row as front too?
Yeah, just who I mean, I just put you guys all in an order, so I don't really. Whoever would be vanguarding it, like whoever wants to be up there. And yeah, just a general. Perf. So it's probably as as Isabel is kind of like talking with like Steven and Anna, like, and like kind of pointing it out, trying probably not, I assume, trying not to like show Nathaniel, right, all this stuff, as you're not 100% sure on what's going on there quite yet, as he's leading the way. Your thing starts to glow and you pull it out and kind of are, turning around and telling them that maybe this is a good place to go. And Arthur, being ever perceptive, is kind of keeping his eyes on things. As he notices Arthur, as Nathaniel kind of reaches out towards the door, this kind of black door that is black like iron or bronze or whatever it is, dark metal door that leads down into the crypts. It's got all these kind of elaborate carvings on it. And Arthur, you note that there is a carving kind of right in the center of this door that just kind of stands out to you. And it is small, and it is the symbol of a moon with a teardrop, kind of. It is the symbol of Nothgeeth, and it is indented in the door. It almost looks like a hole, kind of just right in the center of the door. But it's kind of like camouflaged, or there's nothing else that you see like it on the door. But it is just kind of hidden in all of these motifs.
How big is the indent? Like would fit a ring? Would
fists,
fit a bowl?
Like smaller than fist size. Yeah.
Like fit a holy symbol?
Like a clementine?
About the same size as a clementine and or a holy symbol, possibly.
Canon.
The holy symbol of Nothgeeth is a clementine.
That's
canon. Let you spot that. Artie. And then Nathaniel will open the door and kind of lead you into the crypts, which is... I'm not going to bring that out because it's pain. A pretty tight hallway that kind of goes into this like circle that is around this large central pillar. And then there are two like flanking out hallways that also kind of circle around pillars. And all throughout this area are what appear to be crypts. Isabel, you would know that going further like around would lead to an area where there are like all these slabs that, experimentations, like medical procedures, things like that would have happened. but it's fairly musty in here. It's cold, but that is what you just kind of initially see. It looks fairly what you may have expected from crypts, but that's what you kind of just see as upon moving through the door and walking in.
Arthur, did you say anything or did you just notice?
I think just noticed for now.
Okay.
Go down.
What up? Sorry.
I said I suppose we go in / down.
Oh shit. My crypts, man. Why is it not there? Okay, my crypts page isn't populating with anything. Just a big open space. Kestrel lower. Excuse me. Hello. Okay, we'll do it Theater of the Mind for now, as I look for my map and see if it'll load. All right, so as I said, there's just kind of a large room with multiple walls of what appear to be, graves that are placed into the wall, much like you would find at like a coroner's office or something. And it's kind of a forking path, goes left and right, and goes off into another forking path with more of those. And then if you go further deeper in, that is where the area that is more of like an examiner's office. There's the stone slabs and whatnot. But yeah, that is what you kind of find as you start to move into the space. Let me know if you're looking for anything in particular other than slabs and whatnot, and I can help you out.
Did anything happen to the holy symbol as we came down?
Other than it glowing, no.
Yeah, like
nothing.
did it get brighter, dark, less glowing? There's
So,
just kind of the same.
So yeah, as you move in into the space and start kind of moving through, I'm not sure exactly where you want to go, but if you're heading towards the farthest back area, it seems to start to fade. Actually, so like down where the slabs are that you would examine bodies are, it starts to kind of fade away. A little hot cold maybe.
Isabel would kind of start meandering about, testing its limits, seeing where it fades and doesn't, or where it might get stronger if it does.
You? So yeah, as Isabel starts moving through this space, there's a good deal of routes you can take, but it's not like it gets super intensely bright at any given time. It just kind of illuminates with this kind of dim light. Yeah, as far as you can tell, Isabel, kind of the main pillar that you would be able to walk around in near the entrance is kind of like the limits of where the light stays on. Any further than that, if you go into any of the two flanking side rooms, or if you go into the examiner's area, the light fades and the symbol just looks like a normal holy symbol.
All right. I think maybe try and do like a closer investigation in the area that it does light up around the central pillar.
Roll investigation or perception. What's everybody else doing?
I'm helping Isabel, whether actually on the dice roll or just character flavor. That's what I'm doing.
Sure.
Are the east and west rooms, are they doored or are they just open?
They are not doored. They are just opened, and it's just kind of goes around a large central pillar. So it's just a kind of like a square room that kind of goes around this large central square pillar.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a hallway that goes left and right.
Yep.
Can I just check out? Not looking for anything in particular, just more of a seeing what's in there.
Absolutely.
On the left one, I suppose. West.
Yeah. Roll a perception. Butte, things are going good. Steven, you were aiding Isabel, right? Isabel, you have advantage technically.
Oh, okay.
With Steven's aid.
Wasn't sure.
Yeah, so you're kind of, going in and out of the area where that thing glows and kind of just looking around, investigating the tombs where these are. There are a good many of them that are broken open, which you presume are due in fact to Extanther and his body snatching. The pile of corpses that was upstairs. But yeah, you don't seem to see anything of much interest. There are some of these tombs have like engravings on them. Some of them do have holy symbols engraved upon them. You don't see any of Nothgeath in the general area that you're looking. Saru, going into that side room, you kind of find more of the same. There are these kind of broken, some broken, some intact kind of tombs, but nothing kind of out of the ordinary.
Can Anna do her own investigation on lines of Isabel?
Yeah.
Upon Isabel's lead.
Anna taking maybe more time on some of the areas that Isabel is moving about. You perhaps luckily catch a glimpse of the image, the same image described earlier of the moon that is just kind of on the door. And it is actually, so Arthur saw it on the front of the door as you guys were approaching, this kind of symbol. But as you moved into the tomb and the door closed behind you, Anna, you're seeing it on the rear side of that same door. Just kind of this like black crescent moon with a teardrop and it's just kind of right in the center of the door, hidden amongst the carved motifs that are in the door, just decorative. Other than that one little motif there, or that one little holy symbol that you kind of pick
Anna
out.
will sort of interrupt Isabel and Stephen and point out what she sees.
Isabel will come over. Kind of look at the size, gauge it. Is it that simple? She kind of looks towards Anna, Stephen, for like.
Stephen will grab it out of her hand and just put it in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. Isabel's like, Stephen shoves the thing. Stephen, you do find that as your hand approaches, it's almost like a very powerful magnet, and it almost like locks into place. And there is a very bright white light that fills the entirety of the crypts. A bright light that may be triggering to some, who's to say? For it is just this overwhelming bright white light that some of you have, all of you that have experienced in one way or another before, just kind of like overwhelming all of your senses. This white, hot light. And then you, Paul, are greeted with something else. Okay. As the white light fades, you find yourself no longer in what feels like a crypt, but you are in another area, kind of what does seem to be made out of the same material as the crypt that you were previously in, this kind of stone. It is dark, but you find yourself standing on stairs. Up the stairs, for you, you see a statue kind of peeking over the top of the stairs. A winged statue that resembles an old woman, a crone, if you will. To many of you, she is familiar. This does look like the woman that you know as Nothgeith, the goddess that you met in that dreamlike state after Clavius took the plunge. She appears to be standing in a somewhat small room before you. Behind her is a large door with 6 large stone bowls kind of like protruding out of the door. They're in each of them in its own little, like, basically like a they're stacked, and there's 3 and 3. And that is what you can see before you.
Is the holy symbol, is it still in Stephen's hands?
Yes, the holy symbol is in Stephen's hand. It is
Okay,
no
go back
longer.
to the spell.
It is no longer glowing.
I will head up the stairs.
As you head up the stairs, Anna, you get a better visual of the room of which looks to have these 6 kind of off-shooting paths. At the end of the path that you're currently looking at is this flame burning in a stone bowl. The flame is giving off this pinkish purplish light. Behind you, you can see that the flame is giving off this bluish light, and sitting at the on the floor, kind of before the hall, is a torch that kind of has the same color wrapping as the flame at the top of it. And as you kind of look around the room, you can find that there are more of these different colored flames kind of burning in their own stone braziers.
Can I do an investigation of the statue?
Yeah. Yeah, Stephen, upon closer look, the statue is like this very elaborately carved image of Nafgith with these big angelic protruding wings, and kind of looking around the statue. You don't find anything that seems like out of place, other than the fact that it's just like this really well carved, kind of gorgeous statue of Nafgith.
And there doesn't seem to be a spot for a holy symbol. Like, does it have a holy symbol in the statue?
You don't see a holy symbol, yeah. No, she's just wearing her robes or anything. You don't see anything like there's no notches, or you're pretty confident that there's no secret buttons or switches or anything like that. It just seems like a kind of incredibly laid out statue.
Anna's gonna pick up the torch, the pink torch, and walk over to the brazier and put it in the brazier.
Beautiful. So Anna, you pick up the pink torch and slowly kind of walk your way down the hallway to the brazier, and that firelight, that pink firelight, kind of just starts like looking up, almost as you approach, as you're kind of extending that torch towards it, and as you do, there is this kind of loud sucking sound as you are transported elsewhere. And that is where we will pick up next time.
Just gonna ask what Nathaniel's doing.
Who's to say? He appears to be at the bottom of the stairs hanging out with Camera Rock.
Ah, where did I go? It's a hell of a Cliffy.
Good Cliffy. It's a good Cliffy. Oh, I should really put the picture of Nathaniel over there. Seems
That's a
fitting.
good picture.
Yeah. Did my best work on that. He does need a second head, though.
Michael, did we get any XP last time?
We did not.
You did not. You will right now.
Will we really?
What?
What are you talking about?
Oh, we just needed to like light the fires or something.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. I was about to investigate, like, oh, are the bowls different colors? Like, that's easy enough.
Yeah, I think they are. Like the pink lines with the pink, the blue lines with the blue. Just not expecting like. Oh, whoops.
That is for the previous 2 weeks.
Thank you, Mr. DM, sir.
Big things. Big things. Big things. Big things are happening. I'm just glad that my voice gets a break. I don't have to gravel. I don't know how Nate does it every week.
I kind of found a zone where my voice will just do it. But like the first couple of weeks, I think after the first time actually, it was I was hoarse the next day.
Gets really wild when he goes into the voice on work conference calls.
That is problematic.
Yeah, I'm just glad we got to meet Nathaniel. What a guy.
What a guy.
So, Michael, this is a really random question.
Oh, the answer is no.
In the level advancement,
Yeah.
is there a reason that the jump from level 11 to level 12 is way shorter than, like, the previous jump?
No, there's some weird things in the level advancement table.
There's,
I don't know the rules behind why.
I think
why
it's
they
to
did
try
what
and
they did.
encourage like getting to higher level play.
Okay. Which makes sense. I mean, yeah, if it kept getting exponentially bigger like it does in the first 10, it would be like, why, once you hit level 8 or 9, it's like, okay, this was fun, let's roll up someone else. But
Yeah. I want to say there's another spot in the table that it's like it's like, oh, that took way less to get to.
It's 14 to 15.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's
What
only
table are you looking
15k XP.
Yeah, I think
It's
And
usually
same with 11 to 12.
pretty sure it was to encourage higher level play because most campaigns end before level 10.
And it also kind of makes sense too, if I imagine, because Michael, you've kind of already hinted at this, but like combat at this point, you're not giving us like, oh, we're walking on the way to Kestrel Academy and you encounter 6 ogres out of nowhere. Like, it's either kind of boss fight or important to the story fight or nothing. Because otherwise, it's like, well, if these are just actually ogres, we'd murder
Yeah.
all of them in 2 rounds. Like, that seems silly.
Yeah, there's an interesting balance where things start to shift, and we're kind of there where it's like wear down fights are obviously like important, but it depends. There's ways to make them more interesting, I guess. Because it's like, I mean, the balancing at this level is kind of gets thrown out the window. It gets really wild. But yeah, I mean, there's no way to throw one encounter in front of you guys and expect that you guys won't smash it, no matter what the encounter is. Just because it's like, so things have to be really delicately figured out.
That's where it's just important to have a PC who's willing to turn and be the third fight in a row of a session.
That was the best.
But it wasn't, I mean, he didn't fight. He didn't do anything.
Oh, I know. It was just
Other than use up a bunch of resources.
yeah. But I mean, you made us use resources as well. Like, if Xanther had been anything bad, like, we would have gotten smoked. But I know I had nothing left.
He could have, things could have been bad, but things were good.
You know who would have loved meeting that old man? Roscoe.
We would have.
Yeah, here in 2 or 3 weeks, I'll forward the email Michael told me a little bit about the man I was working for, and you are right. Roscoe would absolutely have liked to have met him.
Pretty good. A fitting end. Oh man, what's the main quest now? I don't even know.
I was gonna say, time to update the main page, I think.
Yeah, I don't even understand what's out there right now. I don't know what it should be. Goodness.
That was quite a bit of lore drop he gave us.
There was some stuff. There was some stuff that I wasn't sure if he would get into, but breakfast brought some new questions.
Yeah, we really got to go back to Paragus at some point. Anna, my new idea is we need to go to Paragus. We need to risk it and spend the night there. Just see what happens. You people, yeah. We'll just sit there and just be like, all right, let's dream. Let's see if we can rest here without a hut and just see what happens. That's assuming Anna is, you know.
You might be at the hut on right now. We don't know.
See that Anna's, you know.
See if I need to work on a backup character because
rolling off a new character.
Anna's in a different dimension. And, yeah, it could be
Torgon
time.
Cameo appearance.
He was level 10. He was level 10. So.
Who knows? Who knows where Anna is? Not me.
I mean, you probably know where Anna is.
No clue. I was like, ooh, that's a good idea for a cliffhanger. Let's just make it disappear. You'll figure it out, Michael. Spoiler alert, that's how I do every week. You'll figure it out. Just pretend you have notes in this book. Just let me check my notes. Yep, she disappeared.
Every so often you have to look down, furrow your brow.
You're tempting. Bringing that notebook is tempting to just to break into your house and steal it and do some reading.
Yeah. Is it the teal one or is it the blue one? Or the black and red one? Who's to say? Well, that one was good. That's camouflage. You can't tell which one that is.
No.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I was a little worried, and this could still be the case, but I think Steven's insight check. I was about to be like, does Xanthar want to be a lich?
That's what my thought was too.
I mean, he still could, but your point of being like, he just like dropped it on us, like no biggie. I don't know if you want to be a lich. I don't know if you just let people know who you met that's your goal. Who's to say?
Who's to say? Who's to say?
Mages seeking to extend their life. It sounds like a lich. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck,
it's a lich.
It's a lich.
The age-old saying. I want that on a t-shirt.
I mean, if you just stick a lich and a duck on a scale, you'll be able to figure it out.
Never pick up a duck in a dungeon.
Never pick up a duck in a dungeon.
Hopefully he can be as cool as the Lich in Strahd. That Lich was awesome.
True.
That Lich was dope.
Alright, I'll try not to have a child with 101 degree temperature and have to be late.
Same.
Week. Good.
Yeah, you know. I mean, if you are late, it's fine because Anna's gone. So
yeah. Seems like the perfect week to be late.
we got a new frontline fighter, Mr. Great Sword and Plate Armor.
Maybe you got two. Who's to say?
I am excited for when what I assume is going to happen is Will's going to roll a d20 and the other person's going to be awake and alive. I'm curious if that's what the d20 roll. That's my current guess is if it's an 11 to 20, we're going to meet the other guy whose name starts with C and it's escaping me.
Kavan.
Anna doesn't know that. but when you rolled that d20 and you were still Nathaniel, I was like, huh.
This is the compromise of not having another character with a shadow. It's like you're a two-head, two personalities, and at the roll of a die.
Will always just plays two characters.
I was gonna say, Will, have you played a character that doesn't have a second personality?
Can't go back.
I think that's been every one of your characters.
Not Rurik.
Oh, that's true. I didn't play with him.
Rurik was.
It's a good one.
Was
For the ages.
Why can't I remember Leah? Leah?
Yeah, that's what. That Leah had two heads.
I still want to know more about her.
Yeah, not two heads.
She had just,
She just
half a burned face.
Yeah. She did have a personality disorder, though.
Yeah, she did. That she did.
Something you need to get off your chest, Will.
Yeah. You guys are actually just part of a case study that I'm doing.
I'm excited. I'm excited about that guy.